A very good evening to you guys. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing? How was your day? How was work today? How is the family? How's everybody? I hope you guys are good. Wherever you're joining me on this channel today, I want to say a big thank you. Wherever part of the world you're watching from, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to catch the videos every single time I drop the updates. So we've all seen the results today. It wasn't the result that we expected. It wasn't the result that we wanted. But it is what it is. 1-0. That one ended courtesy of an own goal from the Guinea Bissau defender. And of course, I know we have so many questions. We have so many doubts as to whether these Super Eagles are going to really, go all out and do something great in this Afcon. But of course, when you think about what's happening on the other end of the fixtures, you would see that obviously you have to take what you can get and just move on. And right now the guys have progressed into the round of 16, which of course is the most important thing. It doesn't matter how beautiful you play, how impressive you play, how gorgeous your style is. The most important thing is that you win matches and you qualify, and I think the Super Eagles have done exactly that in today's game. They prosecuted the game, they won the match. You can argue that they didn't really impress you, but they won the match, whether it's an own goal or a goal from Osimhen or from goalkeeper. A goal is a goal, and a win is a win, obviously. And to be honest, I'm quite proud of the guys for taking 7 points, out of a possible 9 points, which is extremely impressive. And of course, if you want to, talk about other big teams that we have huge expectations for, then you would see that these big teams are not really doing well. The likes of Ghana are struggling to qualify. We have the likes of Egypt that are also struggling to qualify. I think they are in third position, trying to see if they can get to second, or first. And Tunisia is in the last position, which is almost like they've lost all hopes. But I think they still have one match to go. And you come to the likes of Ivory Coast, the host country, and we saw after their first game that they were a really good side. They played really well, thrashing Guinea Bissau in the opening game, and we saw the way they played. We were very impressed. We're almost even jealous, that the Super Eagles cannot match these guys. But we played them. We obviously won them 1-0, even though it's a penalty goal. The Ivorians are actually, waiting for the results from other fixtures to see if there will be one of the three countries to qualify as best losers. Which is obviously something very delicate. I'm just so glad that Nigeria is not in that situation. But again, we'll move on and definitely. All we care for, right here as the fans of Super Eagles, is to really think about how we can really improve our team. I know that they got the win, yes, but of course there is still room for improvement. If you saw that game, you would know that we still saw a lot of issues that we were talking about previously. How we can't really connect that attacking force, how we don't have a creative midfielder that can really link especially the midfield and the attack, to bring in those key passes, to bring in those true passes that the strikers can latch onto and score goals. We barely see anything like that. The only places that we're actually even seeing balls coming from were the flanks. The likes of Moses Simon was just trying to force him cross from the left side, and then we saw Chukwueze as well, not bringing in too many crosses, but of course he was also trying to squeeze in crosses from that side, and they were all from far range. Like when the ball is played by either Chukwueze or Moses Simon from that far flank, then it's almost a 50-50 attempt. Osimhen can get the ball, he may not get the ball, so it's like a 50-50 between him and the defender. Opinion, I think that's what we are lacking the most. Someone that can be very creative in terms of connecting the midfield and the attack. If you notice in the second half, we didn't even get any shot on target. There weren't much chances created in the second half, and it's such a shame because we have this attacking force that is one of the best in the world, and we can't really connect these guys. We can't really get the ball to them to strike into the net. And That's one of the reasons why I wanted Peseiro to play the likes of Iheanacho from the get-go, and of course Iwobi as well. Iheanacho and Iwobi are the players that are very, very creative. They can connect, the striking force with the midfield. They have this eyes for giving key passes that can actually lead to goal. But I don't know. The coach obviously did what he did. He won the match, so he paid off. You cannot argue with the results because he won the match, obviously. But I think that we might have problem going forward if we don't sort out these issues of trying to connect our attackers to more chances so that they will score goals. And again, we thought we would see the likes of Mofi, some of these guys whom we've not even seen in this Afcon. To see them know the kinds of style that they would suit in, know how they would perform, know how they would connect, maybe communicate with players, maybe have an understanding. That could really help going forward. Maybe Mofi comes in, for example, and he has such great connection with Moses Simon or Chukwueze, then of course that sends a message to the coach. He would know that okay, that Mofi can actually really connect with this guy. So going forward, we know that okay, these guys can actually connect, and then when to bring so player on and when to bring so players off. Finally, I think that if we will win this Afcon, then obviously Stanley Nwabali will have a major role to play in this Super Eagles team, because obviously we're not scoring enough goals. We're not scoring the goals that we would need to beat teams comfortably. And if we only score one goal, then we don't have to concede goal. Our keeper needs to be outstanding. Our defense line needs to be outstanding to keep out those goals so that we'll win matches with 1-0. I think that's our major issues, not being able to create a lot of chances, not connecting these passes to our attackers who obviously can score goals. They are obviously proven goal scorers in top European leagues. And I don't see why Afcon will be different. The only difference is that they don't have creators who connect them to these passes. But I'm sure the coaches know this. I'm sure Finidi knows this. I'm sure Peseiro knows this. So they are definitely going to work on this, hopefully, before the round of 16 match. And we'll just leave it at that. And what you have mentioned is the fact that this the Super Eagles supporters club, has been very, 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 very magnificent, in cheering these guys. I don't think we would have achieved, half the victory that we've achieved without these guys. They've just been rock solid behind these guys, cheering them. If you saw that match, you would notice that whenever the picture was him, they are shouting everywhere. They are shouting his name. They are cheering. And these are the sort of things that kind of motivate the players to do more, to play well, because their fans are solidly behind them. It doesn't matter whether they are playing 0-0 or they are losing. They are losing 1-0. The fans are always behind them. I think that's something that's also going to be important going forward. But let me leave it at that, guys. Thank you for catching this update. I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about the match, but I obviously already did that in that community tab where I updated the full time score. And I read a lot of comments, and definitely not everybody, most of the people are not happy, as myself as well, about the result and the way that we played. But again, we qualified. That's the best thing. That's what we can take away from the game. We qualified, and obviously it can only get better because the guys will go back and recoup, retrain, and then obviously try to correct those errors and those places that they are lacking, and hopefully come back strong. That's the update, guys. Thank you for catching this one. I sincerely appreciate every single one of you who joined in to catch this video. I thank you to all my subscribers, to every single one watching the video, interacting on the comment section. I duly appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. Stay tuned for more videos.